Hello, this is part 2 of the JFK speech. I don't know what happened with the old one, actually. I think I must have uploaded the wrong one. But anyway, this is the long-awaited second half of it. So I'll jump straight into it. So hopefully you can see everything. So we've got anaphora straight away here. Look at this. 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. And I'm going to write it on this time. If anyone can read my handwriting, but probably can't. Then belaboring those problems unite us. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. Explore what problems unite us instead of belaboring those problems which divide us. So we've got unite and divide, and that is an example of antithesis. Again, sorry about the handwriting. I'll switch to capitals in a second. And I'm going to change colour as well, if it'll let me. There we go. And we've got some heightened language here, like formulate. That's kind of heightened language. And again, I'll try and write that on. Heightened language. Again, that's probably worse than when I'm doing lowercase. Precise proposals for the inspection and control of arms. Bring absolute power. That's familiar collocation. I'm not going to fit that in, so I'm not even going to try and write that one. You've got, this is, again, it's another feature of this kind of political speech where you've got, it's kind of aspirational. It's appealing towards peace and it sounds good, but there's nothing really very solid there. It's a noble aim and a noble cause, and it sounds really good, even though if you've watched the real video with JFK on it, his audience give quite a muted reaction to that, actually. They don't seem to like that idea. Destroy other nations under the absolute control of all nations. Yeah, they seem to be, hey, we want to control it ourselves. Then we have let both sides seek to invoke the wonders of science instead of its terrors. Again, that's more... Actually, I'll do a highlighter for this one. That's more... I can't even say it. Antithesis. Sorry. Then this is nice. Together let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depths, and encourage the arts and commerce. I think in terms of its delivery, it comes out as incrementum. I'm going to go back to lowercase. Incrementum, because there is a sense of build-up of all of these things, even though you might argue that the order isn't necessarily what you expect. I think if it was me, far from me to criticise JFK with his speech here, but I think I put explore the stars at the end because it would give more of a sense of, I think it would help to enhance that incrementum. But these are all, again, they're all noble ideas. They're all aspirational. Again, Kennedy doesn't have to say how he's actually going to do any of these things. He can just say it. And it sounds good. And we have more religious lexis. Let both sides unite to heed in all corners of the earth. I love his accent. As I've said before, the command of Isaiah. I love how he says that. To undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free. And we've said before about political speeches, and particularly presidential inaugural speeches, they will use religious lexis because it's heightened language and it suits the occasion. It lends a kind of grandeur to it, and it makes the scale of the whole thing larger. And as well, Americans generally as an audience, they tend to be more religious, more Christian. You know, there's more of a Christian angle to it. So again, it's going to appeal to a lot of his listeners to this speech. And if a beachhead of cooperation may push back the jungle of suspicion, which seems a bit of a weird one to us, I think, but I would say he's framing this to an audience who have a more recent memory of say like World War II, when they're fighting against the Japanese, particularly in the Pacific theatre, in kind of tropical climates. Even more recently to this would be Korean War as well. So it's a bit more, it's something that's a bit more in the public consciousness than it really would be to, let alone us, modern Americans as well. It wouldn't really be used in the same way. But that's my guess of why he says he uses this strange metaphor. Beachhead of cooperation may push back the jungle of suspicion. I think it would work better on a 1960s audience than it would on a modern audience. Jungle's a bit outdated as well by our standards too. Let both sides join in creating a new endeavour. Not a new balance of power, but a new world of law. So I'll change colour there. So we've got more parallel phrasing. And again, I'm going to try and write that on. Well, not with a highlighter. Silly me. Little moment there. And so what did I say? Parallel phrasing. Okay. And all this will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor will it be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor in the life of this administration, nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this planet. But let us begin. And that is an even better example of, I didn't know I could highlight in grey, another example of incrementum. So you have, let me just change the pen again. So that's an even better example where there's that sense of build-up. So yeah, that is the long-awaited second page of it. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, and I'm sorry for the delay. But anyway, so I don't know what else there is to say really about that. I think I've covered it all on the other video, so I'm going to try and keep this one short. Thank you for listening, and yeah, I hope to be making some more again now. Anyway, farewell.